Okay, I say let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to be your MC for this virtual career panel. I am Tammy McBride, Career Connected Learning Specialist for the North Central ESD. On behalf of the North Central ESD and Applestem Network, I would like to extend my very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate you making the time to join us today. We hope you learn a lot in this half hour together, and we have a great panel lined up for you. We want to thank and acknowledge Wenatchee Valley College for joining us today and taking personal time out of their schedules for the panel discussions. Today we have one career professional from Wenatchee Valley College Engineering Program who will give a short individual presentation about engineering degree programs and future job opportunities in engineering. The presentation will be followed by a short Q&A. As an attendee, you will need to use your Q&A box if you have any questions for the panelists. And if you are Facebook Live with us, you will need to comment there, please. So to begin this program, it is my pleasure to introduce Sai Ramaswamy, faculty lead of Bachelor of Applied Science for Engineering Technology. Sai?
Good afternoon and welcome to this webinar, WVC webinar on education and careers in applied engineering technology. As Tammy mentioned, my name is Sai Ramaswamy. I'm the faculty in charge of the Bachelor's of Applied Sciences Engineering Technology program at Wenatchee Valley College. And I am very excited to share information about our programs that we offer at WVC with you all this afternoon. So the programs that we have related to engineering technology, we have three programs. Two of them are associate's degree, and one of them is the bachelor's degree. So we have a program called the Associates in Science Transfer Engineering Technology. That's a 2-year degree program. And we also have an Associates in Science Transfer Degree Engineering program. So basically, if some of you would like to pursue an engineering degree in any of the 4-year institutes in the state, then you are probably going to pursue the Associates in Science Transfer Engineering program. But if you're interested in pursuing the Bachelor's in Applied Sciences Engineering Technology program at WVC, then the first 2 years you will be enrolled in the Associates in Science Transfer Engineering Technology program. So you have both the pathways. If whether you want to pursue an engineering degree at any of the 4-year institutions in the state, or pursue the bachelor's degree at Wenatchee Valley College, you have opportunities for that right here in the city of Wenatchee. So one of the questions I get asked more often is what's the difference between engineering and engineering technology? So therefore I thought I'll spend some time trying to walk you all through what we offer here at Wenatchee Valley College and how this is different from the engineering degrees that are offered in the 4-year institutions. So the program that we offer at WVC is what we call engineering technology, which is more applied engineering. That is, your focus will be more on hands-on activities, on implementing and modifying existing technologies to make it work for a particular purpose. So we focus more on hands-on activity as against engineering, which tends to get more theoretical. In fact, there are many people out there who believe that engineering technology is what engineering was a few years ago, a couple of decades ago, where it was more hands-on. But over a period of time, engineering has become more theoretical. So if you like something more hands-on, then engineering technology might be something that you may want to explore. Just to illustrate the difference between engineering and engineering technology, this is, just to give you an idea. Engineering, as I said, they build the building blocks for the various things that we see around. And engineering technologists take those building blocks and kind of apply it for their situations. You can build a cool looking helicopter like that or something else. based on what your what type of problem you're working on. So you're basically going to take the tools that are developed or designed by engineers and then apply it to your field of work. So more application oriented is what we are focused on. If you look at the kind of job opportunities out there for folks with engineering as well as engineering technology degrees, as you can see here on the screen, engineers, like I said, tend to have, they tend to be more theoretical. So the jobs that you see for them are mostly research, design, and things like that. Whereas engineering technologists are employed in jobs that require more hands-on things, like, for example, manufacturing, operations, maintenance, and things like that. More application-oriented jobs people tend to prefer the engineering technologists. In fact, if you do a simple Google search for the jobs out there for engineering technologies, I just compiled a few of them here so that you can get an idea. And as you can see, if you actually read the job descriptions for all of these, the job requirement says either you can be an engineer or an engineering-related discipline, such as engineering technology. And most of these jobs actually call for some kind of hands-on experience, which is what we offer in engineering technology. And many times the job title that engineering technologies have are very similar to engineers, as you can see here. For example, manufacturing engineer or controls engineering, so on and so forth. So the job description, job title wise, could be very similar to engineering, but the kind of activities you might be doing might be slightly more hands-on than what a traditional engineer would do. As far as the program at WVC is concerned, the focus of our program is mechatronics. And mechatronics is actually a sweet spot between multiple disciplines, the disciplines being mechanical engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, and computer science. So, you learn a little bit of each of these disciplines, so you're more like a generalist, so you can, solve many different kinds of problems. Just to illustrate what this program contains and what are the things that students do, what kind of courses students take in this program, I just put together this next couple of slides, which lists all the courses that you will be doing. So the first two slides you see here are the courses that you will be doing as part of the associate's degree, that is the 2-year program. And then the next two slides will have the courses that you will be doing as part of the BAS-ET program, that is the 3rd and 4th year. Now, one thing I would like to stress here is some of these courses may be offered in some of the high schools around Wenatchee. For example, we have some articulation agreements with certain high schools around the greater Wenatchee area, where you could be taking a class in your high school but get credit for it at the college. So in other words, let's say if you're interested in pursuing the BAS-ET program, then you can start working towards that program in your high school. So I can walk you through. For example, I was told Engineering 105, which is a CAD-CAM, which is actually a CAD course that is being offered in Kashmir, and I think Wenatchee High School offers them. So if you're taking those classes, then you are already completing 5 credits required for this program. So you're getting a head start towards this degree program. So here are the classes that you'll be doing as part of the third year. This is where you will, after completing the 2 years, you will be given an associate's degree, and then you will continue to take classes for the 3rd and 4th year toward and working towards your bachelor's degree, engineering technology degree. Okay, so like I said, this information is also available on our website in case you want to look at it in a little more detail. I also want to quickly talk a little bit about some of the things our students do at Wenatchee Valley College, students in the BAS-ET programs. And I have just a couple of slides to show you some of the projects our students have been working. The project that you see here was something that our students worked. This is a self-balancing motorbike. What happens is that once this thing is built and programmed, it actually the motorcycle balances itself. You see the little disc there, that's the gyroscope, and that gyroscope makes sure that the motorbike starts to tilt one way, then the gyroscope spins in a certain way so that it balances itself. So this was one of the cool projects that our folks worked on. This involves putting together things involves concepts in mechanical engineering, control engineering, as well as also require some knowledge of programming, programming things like microcontrollers such as Arduinos. If you're already familiar with that, I'm sure some of you are taking robotics, so you probably know some of this stuff. This is another project one of students in one of my classes did. So we have a greenhouse in Wenatchee Valley College, and the person in charge of that greenhouse had a problem that he wanted our students to tackle. And the problem was he wanted to make sure that he had a measurement of the temperature and humidity in that greenhouse, so that he can all the time track whether the optimal conditions are maintained in the greenhouse. So, it shouldn't get too hot, or it shouldn't become too humid, so that then it will impact the plants. So our students actually designed this system where you measure the temperature and humidity, and then display it on a screen in the greenhouse, as well as it will also send it will also send alerts to the person's phone. So even if he's at home, he can check. He can actually, there is an app that is downloaded on his cell phone. He can go to that app and open it up and check what the temperature and humidity are at any given point in time, so that he could take corrective actions if that is required. And finally, this is another project that one of my students did. This is actually involves what we call programmable logic controllers. This was a project that they did where they kind of simulated the traffic intersection. So most of the traffic lights you see have some kind of PLCs behind them. They're all automated. And this was a project that they did where they learned about the PLCs and kind of applied that knowledge to design this traffic intersection. Finally, I just wanted to also share with you some of the industry partners who are part of our advisory board. This advisory board actually gives us guidance as to what kind of courses we should offer, what should be, all the information we need to make to improve our programs and make sure that we are offering curriculum that is, where we are, training students for the jobs out there in the local industry. So here are the list. In fact, this BAS-ET program was actually started because of this requirement from the industry. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any of your questions. I also have my contact information in case you want to contact me. I also have the contact information of my dean. And you can feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want any further information about our programs. So with that, Tammy, I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Sai. For those of you that are attending, if you have any questions on Zoom, please put them in the Q&A box. If you are Facebook Live, please comment there, and I will have those answered for you. Does anybody have any questions? So Sai, what is some of the courses that I will need to take in order to prepare myself for one of these classes?
So if you're interested in joining our associate's degree, which is the entry level, the first step towards the bachelor's degree, then we would expect you have college level math, that is at least intermediate algebra, and also college level English. Those are the two requirements that we will have. And then you do all the other courses as part of the program.
Okay. So you have two questions from the same person. What engineering program would be most wanted at a four-year university transfer? And then the follow-up from the same person is engineering tech or engineering?
Can you repeat that question? I mean, what was the first part of the first question?
Yeah, what engineering program would be most wanted at a four-year university transfer? So if they were to go to WVC and transfer to a four-year university,
right.
Would it be engineering tech or engineering?
So if you're planning to transfer to a four-year institution, then the associate's degree of arts and science transfer. I mean, I can maybe go back to the slide. The third option that you see here, the rightmost, that is the associates in science, arts and science transfer degree, engineering. That is the program that you pursue, because those classes can be transferred to any of the four-year institutions in the state of Washington.
Okay.
And what was the second part of the question?
Well, I think they asked if it was what is, I guess, most preferred, engineering, tech, or engineering.
So that's a good question. I mean, that depends on what your preference is. If you are more hands-on person, if you like to do more things hands-on as against more theoretical stuff, then engineering technology is for you. But if you're more comfortable with number crunching and more theoretical things, then engineering is the right path for you.
Okay. If in the Running Start program, do I need to pursue an associate's degree in science?
So as part of your Running Start, you could be enrolled in one of the two associate's degrees, depending on what your ultimate goal is. And that will prepare you for the bachelor's degrees, either at WVC or engineering degree at a four-year institution. So yeah, as a Running Start, you could probably be taking this could probably be enrolled in one of the two-year degree programs.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
So Jennifer, do you have anything to add that you would like to add?
No, I thought that was great. And actually putting this up at the end is good, because the couple of questions were directed back at this initial slide. So I think that's a good slide to end on.
Okay. Sai, can you put up your contact information just in case?
Sure.
Perfect. There we go. So I guess that sums up our virtual career panel today. I want to thank you all very much for participating in our virtual career panel, excuse me. I hope you enjoyed the program. If you do need any further information or have any extra questions that you might think of after the fact, you can reach out to Sai. His stuff is at the bottom there. His contact information, same with Joey Walter. And you can reach out to either one of them. For more information to keep up to date on these types of events or virtual career panels, you can follow our Career Connected Chelan Douglas Facebook page, and also the Apple STEM Network Facebook page. We post everything there. In closing, on behalf of the North Central ESD and Apple STEM Network, I would like to thank Wenatchee Valley College for participating today. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Ooh, there's one more. Oh, never mind. Yes. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.